FM 94.9. From motivationals
to news
to sports and talk,
we'll give you all you need to make the best of your day.
On the break of dawn, 32 FM 94.9.
Everyone listening. 32 FM 94.9 is the station, and of course this is the Break of Dawn newspaper review. This is where we get to take headlines from dailies, and of course we get to analyze, and you have a chance to be a part by dialing the phone lines that will be ruled out to you later on the show. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Today is the 22nd day in the month of July 2021. Good morning to you once again. My name is Bimisola Shoyemi.
My name is Dili Adeoju. Thank you so much for joining us. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. 32FM 949 Ibadan. 32FM 949 Ibadan. Subscribe to our YouTube page and like our Facebook page this morning. I bring you headlines from Daily Post newspaper. First, Sunday Igboho, Pastor Adegboye issues 10 warning to Buhari government. WHO predicts more COVID-19 deaths by the end of 2020 Olympics. Sunday Igboho won't be safe in Nigeria. Don't extradite him. Joe Dumaki begs Benin. Uriwa Lambast Garibashew for attacking Bishop Kuka over report to U.S. Congress. Sunday Igboho, how helicopter to bring activists back to Nigeria was stopped. Esu Chikun, Danjuma Abadi is dead. El Rufai Zelani Mon. Akeredolu is courageous. Fayemi. Nigeria loses $274.2 million on external loans. Senate report reveals Ikpeazu restates commitment to Abia development. Amosun, Tinubu, others visit Buhari, Obi Kubana. There were more mint notes at Oba than in all Nigerian banks. Ruben Abati. Sunday Igboho should be freed. Northern clerics romancing bandits. Yoruba Nation agitators. Idris Kabir group reacts to suspension of Durba in Kwara. Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB sacks Simon Ekpa as Radio Biafra broadcaster, gives reasons. Ogun residents mount roadblock, vow to stop killer herdsmen. Abuja, how Abuja can be developed through Buhari Area Council, Sekwolo. And Nigeria's problems spiritual, Buhari can tackle them, cleric. And finally here, Defense Chief to meet serving retired military officers over southeastern security.
Thank you. I'll kickstart from Daily Trust. Federal government lost 54.1 billion naira in exchange rate on external loan. That's from the Senate. Federal government lost 54.1 billion naira in exchange rate on external loan. Insecurities, Zamfara, Kebbi, Niger lead as gunmen kill 1,031 Nigerians in 1 month. Many killed, houses razed in fresh Benue communal crisis. Shun acts of violence, Oguruje admonishes Nigerians. Alphajet crash, group canvasses support for NAF pilots. And on insecurity, restore discipline among your subjects, Bauchi governor tells emirs. Plateau farm destruction, Lalong orders arrest of perpetrators. Kidnapped doctor regains freedom. Gunmen raid Gunmen raid houses in Abuja, abduct 6. Okay, gunmen raid houses in Abuja, abduct 6. On 2023, we'll pick consensus presidential candidates. APC. Ikpeazu turns shoemaker, displays sandals made by him. Okay, those are pictures you can check out there. Gunmen abduct Bayelsa SSG's mother. Also, this morning, Plateau farm destruction, Lalong orders arrest of perpetrators. I took that earlier. PIB, Nigeria may lose membership of metrology body. Ogun Cargo Airport for commissioning in 2022. That's a statement from the state governor. And one more headline from Air. Congress is why we recommend consensus option. That's from the All Progressives Congress.
Now to the Punch newspaper. Show arrest treason trial starts afresh as judge abandons case. COVID-19 orphaned 4,000 Nigerian children in 16 months. World Bank expects high volume of rainfall. Floods once Nemet. Benin rejects Igboho's hasty extradition. Lawyers write Germany to stop moves. Media not friendly with bandits. Terrorists, says NGE. Abuja community gets robbery notice from hoodlums. Baptist considering ransom to free abducted students. Says we are boxed. Shagamu Football Factory producing Nigeria's biggest stars. Abuja community gets robbery notice from hoodlums. Oyo panel recommends removal of 41 ghost workers from payroll. And also, Christian Pilgrim Board teaches workers service delivery. Market formation framework will drive solid mineral sector growth. Sekibo. 6 policemen feared killed in Enugu checkpoint attack. And Emir calls on Kano district heads to pray for rainfall. Peace. NBC. Directives contrary to constitution are invalid, say lawyers. There won't be breakup, civil war in Nigeria. Abiodun, that's Ogun State governor. And finally, before I wrap up with the Punch newspaper, lawyer decries federal government's refusal to settle judgment debts.
The Nation newspaper. Igbo uncertainty as extradition hearing fails to hold. Igangan Makinde insists federal government operatives must inform states before operations. Benin Republic yet to arraign agitator Igbo. I will stand surety for Kanu again, says Abaribe. I will stand surety again for Kanu, says Abaribe. Media not government's political foe, say editors. Also, COVID-19 infection rose by 77% in 1 week. Don't destroy Nigeria's image, presidency cautions. Nigeria will not experience civil war again, says Abiodun. Also, this morning, 2 million young Nigerians to get UNICEF job training. All right, NYSC hails anthem composer Adetiran. Senate queries loss of 54 billion naira on external loans. Senate queries loss of 54 billion naira on external loans. Death toll in South Africa hits 276. Police arrest suspects in raids of black sports. Let's see one more headline from here. You got it wrong on self-succession, APC tells PDP. Those are headlines from The Nation.
Few from Vanguard newspaper. Standby helicopter was to bring Igbo to Nigeria, but Yoruba indigens fought. Lawyer. Suspend Russian vaccine approval. NIMET forecast 3-day cloudiness thunderstorms. Nigeria's democracy without Democrats. Scary. Nigeria's population is exploding as its economy risks imploding. Nigerian youth rekindle hope for better Nigeria. NSCDC naps women for allegedly stealing 500,000 naira fabrics. Yobe to drill boreholes in all fire stations receives new firefighting trucks. Let's mobilize Nigeria's large population for industrialization. And Igbo Yoruba defeating the enemies within. Fayemi inaugurates 260,000 capacity private cemetery in Ekiti. And Congresses, why we are recommending consensus option APC.
All right, from inside Oyo, Air Peace commences flight from Ibadan following Oyo government support. Oyo government conducts staff audits, uncovers 41 ghost workers. Igbo Yoruba agitators storm Cotonou Court, hold peaceful rally in Ibadan. How Amotekun operatives shot 2 dead in Ibadan. Also, Sunday Igbo is in pains, wept like a child when I called him. That's a statement from his lawyer. Also, no worker has been sacked. 24 workers were retired compulsorily, Makinde's aide, Sodo. Okay, those are headlines I have from Inside Oyo. Let's go on our very first break for today. When we return, we get to the analysis of the major stories.
Different days, different roads. All NATO Hammer. Keep going and spice up your hustle. Introducing the new Gala Spicy. It's big, meaty, tasty with that special Ninja spicy flavor. Try it today. Available for 100 naira only. Gala Spicy. Spice up your hustle.
Our oil sachet. 70 happy family.
Egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí, egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni, ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
Ojú rẹ̀ ṣàǹjọ̀lọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneto cleanser ni.
Já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneto cleanser. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. Inú tó ń kú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò. Kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. Amọ̀nà ti dé o. Veneto cleanser. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà ti gbàlódé. NAFDAC Fòǹtẹ̀lù ME1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneto cleanser jáde. A wà ní nọ́mbà 17 Ọba Akínyẹlé off Adeogun Street Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ring Road Ìbàdàn. Telephone 08034051533 fún títà àti rírà. Ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Veneton cleanser àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
With Airtel Home Broadband device, your home is connected and you all can focus on the important things in life. Enjoy the finer things in life in the Airtel HBB seasonal offer. Visit any certified Airtel shop to get a 4G MiFi at 9,999 Naira plus up to 55 gigabyte bonus data, or router at 19,999 Naira plus up to 160 gigabyte bonus data. Offer valid while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
32 FM
94.9.
Thank you for staying with us. In case you just joined us, this is Breakadoni's Paper Review on 32 FM 94.9 Dugbe Ibadan. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, 32 FM 949 Ibadan. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page and be a part of the conversation. When the time comes, we're going to open the phone lines. You can air your comments, and of course you can drop them on either Facebook or YouTube. My name is Dele Adeyoju once again.
And my name is Bimi Sola Shuyemi. We are joined this morning by Dr. Olu Ojedoko, who will be taking charge of the analysis. Good morning, Doctor.
Well, the top of the day to you.
All right, let's get straight to the papers. I have this one. Insecurity, Zamfara, Kebbi, Niger lead as gunmen kill 1,031 Nigerians in 1 month. Zamfara, Kebbi and Niger states topped the charts as 1,031 people were reported killed in June 2021 across the country. A total of 275 persons were killed in Zamfara state, while Kebbi and Niger states lost 93 and 91 persons respectively. A report by an Abuja-based security risk management and intelligence consulting company said 390 others were abducted in 205 incidences recorded in 34 states of the country within the same period. 205 incidences.
Yes, and then you look at the total number, the body count. I'm sorry to say, but there's a body count there. And this is the north central of Nigeria, well, the northeast rather, and even the north central, from that point of view. It shows, I really don't want to use words, you understand, that that will best describe it, but some of these places are becoming killing fields, and it doesn't seem as if we have an answer. That's the problem. What's the answer? Is the answer to just ignore it and it will go away? Or is the answer to deploy the age-old technology of intelligence gathering, dealing with the socio-economic factors, and of course ensuring that our military are fully motivated? It's unfortunate for those who are dead. Of course, we commiserate with those that have lost loved ones. But we must go beyond commiseration. We must go beyond analysis. We must do something to stop it. And the only way we can do to stop it is look at the security architecture, look at the policing arrangement, and look at the army formation, the security formation, and to see whether we need to reorganize and rejig. Yes, we've changed the personnel. We were shouting for a long time that they needed to change the security personnel at the top, and they did, you understand? But it doesn't address the situation, which means that the problem is much more fundamental, and it still needs to be looked at.
Yeah, in terms of interference, other countries, other nations might not be able to do so much because there's the sovereignty clause and all of that.
Yes.
But then would it not get to a point where if this kind of incidents continue, the point where we attacked a hostile nation? Because at every point you see some nations issuing directives to their citizens to avoid some places and you see that from time to time these are places where investment should flow, and by the time these guys start taking themselves away or start ejecting themselves from places like this, little by little they eject themselves from almost every part of the country, almost all the states in the country. Where then do we go from there?
Well, first and foremost, I think if the Nigerian military is incapable of dealing with the situation, then of course there's nothing stopping us, even though we're a sovereign nation, from seeking help and from getting help, from nations abroad. There's also nothing stopping us, you understand? But that would have to do it in a very, very intelligent way of sometimes chasing, you understand, some of these bandits across the border. But we'll have to do it with the cooperation of the countries concerned, which means you inform the countries concerned after you've gone after. But you did it very quickly and very speedily. United States has done that. The UK has done that, but they are swift in that sense. In terms of the implications, of course it's affecting foreign investment. Of course it's affecting economy, because people are going to flee these areas. Nobody's going to stay in the areas where you have insecurity and such like. So of course it's going to deplete it in terms of foreign direct investment. But not just that. We talk about food security. So the implications are widespread. And of course, when you hear news like this, it's news like this that fuels people's decisions as to whether to start businesses or create employment and so on and so forth. The implications are far-reaching, and I don't even know where to begin or where to end.
Doctor, you're talking about the number of killings there. What about the number of kidnappings? Baptist students are still in captivity at the moment. Government is not saying anything. Government is not even willing to help them. Now, the parents are traumatized. A lot of them just are discharged from hospitals after the traumatization and all that. So we ask a question. It's not even about killing alone. It's about kidnapping. And we're talking about banditry and calling on our soldiers to come help. It's not as if we have bad soldiers. They are equipped. They have what it takes. But what is the government saying? That's the question people are raising.
Yeah, they're well equipped.
I think it's unfair to say the government is not doing anything or not doing much, because a lot of what the government does is behind the scene and is secret. So it's possible that the government is doing much more, but you don't really know.
But from
we need
results. Dr. Edokun, even apart from results, what is banditry?
I don't agree with that definition that what is going on in the Northeast is banditry. I think we've glamorized it by saying banditry. I think it's sheer terrorism. I think we should call it by the name.
So why didn't government just say it's terrorism?
Well, because government has its own way of interpreting facts and figures to suit their own purposes. I think this government can deal with the situation. They wanted Igbo, they got him. You understand? Even though he's not yet in the country. They wanted Kanu, they got him. You understand? The government has the means, they have the intelligence.
And we have the military.
Buhari said it, and the military. And Buhari said it. Anybody we want to get, we will get. So if they want to get this terrorist or these people terrorizing, they can get. As far as the kidnapping is concerned, I would say that on the surface, it doesn't appear as if the government is doing much. You understand? But sometimes these negotiations could be very delicate from that point of view. I want to give the government the benefit of the doubt. But the point about it is that even if you are not able to say what your strategy is, you must show empathy. You must occupy the bully pulpit. You must assure the people. You must tell the people, yes, things are bad. Yes, but we are on top of it. We are doing this. You understand? We can't reveal our plans, but we're on top of it. The government is not communicating. The government is not functioning in terms of its PR from that point of view. All they are trying to say is the Buhari is the best thing since sliced bread.
Dr.
That won't wash.
Dr. Edokun, I don't know what charges will be leveled against Igbo eventually, if maybe he gets arrested. If he gets arrested by the Nigerian government. Now, Showere's treason trial starts afresh. Nnamdi Kanu is facing charges too. Do we have anybody from up north facing such charges? An Alpha Jet was brought down, and that is treasonable.
Well, there's no evidence that any of them has been arrested, apprehended, or facing trial. There's no evidence. I may be wrong, but the evidence before the newspapers today, the only evidence is that, as you suggested, in terms of, well, we don't know what is going to be charged with. You understand? Possibly gun running and piling armory and weaponries at his home. We know some people are saying that evidence is a bit dodgy. We know the problem, Sowore's charge, which is that he's fomenting treason, from that point of view. And the trial has had to start again. So that's the problem people are seeing. They're seeing uneven hands, you understand. They have some people, even like Gumi, you understand, fraternizing, you understand, with this terrorist, and yet nothing comes out of it. And he knows where they are.
They're not terrorists here, they're bandits.
Well, that's the definition of the government. But someone that terrorizes, what is terrorism? When you put a fear of God or fear of, I don't know, whatever, into people's lives, when people are living in daily fear and unable to maintain, their daily livelihoods, what do you call it? And these people kill. These people, apart from killing, they kidnap. And apart from kidnapping, they do all sorts. They rape. They do all kinds of things. So in my own estimation, you understand, they are beyond bandits. Bandits are small-time players. These are not small-time players. These are people that are well organized, well ordered, and with a control and.
The Nigerian Air Force on Wednesday said only Flight Lieutenant Abayomi Dairo was on its fighter jet, which crashed during an operation against bandits in Zamfara and Kaduna State Forest on Sunday. The aircraft was said to have been shot down by terrorists masquerading as bandits. That's a statement from the Nigerian Air Force.
Well, you see, so there's this contestation as to are they bandits or are they terrorists. So even they themselves are unable to fix one main definition. But you see, my concern here is the shooting down of that Alpha jet.
Is it possible that only Dairo was on that jet?
Well, it's possible. It's very possible because it's an Alpha jet. These are jets that are 40 years old. They're not new jets. They're not like the Tucano or the F-16s or the Tomcats and so on and so forth. These are old jets, and many of them were training jets that were converted into sort of fighter planes, strike planes and so on and so forth. But my concern is that a jet can only be brought down, you understand, by anti-aircraft weaponry. And if they've been brought down, then the question I'll ask, these terrorists, have they acquired anti-aircraft guns? And if they have acquired anti-aircraft guns, where did they acquire it from? And then we begin to ask the question, are we not facing a full-fledged war, with these characters? And how safe are we, from that point of view? Yes, it's possible that's the only one, but I would question the wisdom in just sending one fighter jet there. Normally, they go in groups, but again, do we have many available? We may not even have many available, or we might not have pilots trained. But also, I'm not trying to put ethnicity to the color, but you see that the people who are interested in the unity of this country are not just the Northerners. The Southerners are interested. Dairo, you understand, is from the South, is in the forefront. You see, so we all have a stake in this country, and I think it's not just the Northerners that want unity. Everybody wants unity for this country.
All right, let's get some other stories from the dailies. Federal government lost 54.1 billion naira in exchange rate on external loan. Senate. The Senate has uncovered how officials of the Office of the Accountants General of the Federation made Nigeria lost a difference of 54.1 billion naira in external loan in 2015. The revelation is contained in the report of the Senate Committee on Public Accounts on the accounts of the Federation. The committee had been investigating expenditures of federal government agencies from 2015 to 2018 based on an audit report by the Auditor General of the Federation. 54.1 billion naira on external loan in 2015 alone.
Well, the leakages continue. What I guess, is that there's some variation. I fully don't understand what has happened, but there's some variation because the exchange rate. Remember that 2-3 years ago, the naira to the dollar was quite something else in terms of the value. I mean, I think we're looking at maybe 350, 320. And today, if you look at it, it's about a naira. A dollar to a naira is about 500 plus. So that keeps on going up. So I think there may be some implications there and implications to the economy. I think what we're suffering from is unstable naira. The naira is not stable, and when you have an unstable currency, it affects you in terms of your economic direction. You can't plan effectively. the loans that you get for a specific purpose may be distorted in value after a period of time, and there might be implications from that point of view. It also affects the amounts of goods and services. Either if we are an importing nation, we import quite a lot, so it will affect the prices of that. It will affect affordability. So there are many implications there. But my concern is that these leakages are not based on people embezzling or people siphoning funds. That's always my concern. If it's just because of the wrong or inept economic policy, then we should adapt. We should change it.
Now, the audit report, as reported by the Office of the Accountant General of the Auditor General of the Federation, rather, says that this particular amount of money could not be reconciled because it's a leakage from the Office of the Accountant General, and it has not been found in documents obtained from the Debt Management Office.
Then we have a problem, and that really is a problem, and that's now EFCC needs to come in, because it seems as if some financial shenanigans have occurred. It's the amount concerned that's also the issue. If we are talking about 1 or 2 naira, you understand, myself, well, that's just an error. But amounts of that
Billions.
proportion, yes, you understand, means that somebody somewhere, and this is a government, we were told, I had rumors somewhere that this government was going to fight corruption, and that corruption was going to be addressed. And that was one of the reasons why this government was brought on board. And so if this has happened under the watch of this government, it tells you something, that corruption is not being fought. Corruption is rather fighting us back, and corruption is overwhelming us.
And of course, that was the agenda of this present administration. So if you set the agenda to fight corruption and it looks like corruption is fighting back, what's the way forward?
Well, the way forward basically is to be sincere. If the government is not interested in fighting corruption, then let us know and let it be business as usual. I don't think they can camouflage their objectives by saying they are fighting corruption from that point of view. Because if we don't have an independent EFCC, I'm not suggesting they're not, but if we don't have an independent EFCC, or if the ICPC is not doing what they should be doing, then we should stop throwing money at them and stop pretending, you understand, and just leave it to the Nigerian police to do their jobs, from that point of view, because we seem to be wasting a lot of resources, and at the end of the day, trials are taking 15 years. In some instances, 15 years. In some instances, the quickest is about 3 years. Can you imagine that? So we are not even getting justice. People that are convicted, we have about 3 or 4 people that have been convicted of political corruption in the last 6 years. You understand? When you put it at the same level with those that are being charged, you find that we are just joking, we're just messing around.
All right, in other news, we have here Amosu Tinubu, others visit Buhari. When we come back, we'll look into that story. Maybe some politicking is likely going to happen, or it's just a mere Salah visits. We'll be back shortly.
ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà mẹ́jọ jẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́rin náírà ẹgbẹ̀rún márùn-ún náírà lọ́nà mẹ́jọ jẹ́ yẹ́rọ. jọ ibo ló ti rówó. owó kẹ̀ èní orí owó ìpè tí Airtel máa ń fún mi tí n bá ti ra síìmù tuntun mà ní o. wo wọ́n tó ń fún mi ní ìlọ́po mẹ́jọ dátà fún wíwà lórí àtẹ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn àti ìfà ìlọ́po mẹ́jọ owó ìpè nígbàkigbà tí n bá ti ra owó ìpè. ṣé bó o mọ̀ pé o ti lè ra síìmù tuntun báyìí ní èyíkéyìí ilé ìtajà aṣojú tí Airtel fọwọ́ sí. ìwọ ṣá ti lọ pẹ̀lú nọ́mbà ìdánimọ̀ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà NIN rẹ kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Ǹjẹ́ o fẹ́ nǹkan tó bá ẹ lára mu? Obìnrin tàbọ́kùnrin, iṣẹ́ tí yóò gbé ẹ̀bùn rẹ jáde, ilé tí ó bá ipò rẹ mu. Ó dáa, ibùsùn tó bá ara, ọjọ́ orí, ìgbé ayé àtàpò rẹ mu ńkọ́? Lọ sí www.muka.com/buyrite tàbí èyíkéyìí ibi ìtajà Muka láti wá Muka tó bá ẹ lára mu. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ onímọ̀ ìlera fún ìtẹ̀lú. Muka máa ń fara látìlẹ́yìn tó nílò láti jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún iṣẹ́ òòjọ́. Muka, ó máyé rọrùn.
Our oil sachet, 70 naira, only 70 naira. I said power oil sachet now, 70 naira, only 70 naira. Ogbonge cooking oil now, 70 naira. For a healthy family, 70 naira. Ogbonge cooking oil now, 70 naira. Power oil sachet now, 70 naira.
Power oil for a healthy family.
Ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́rìndínlógún.
Ọ̀rẹ́, èmi ló dé tó ń fọ́kóló rẹ.
Ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́tàdínlógún.
Ọmọ, dá mi lóhùn.
Lẹ́yìn nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi lọ́sẹ̀ tó kọjá yẹn. èmi náà máa ra DSTV tèmi.
ẹ ṣé torí náà ló ṣe wá ń ṣe àpamọ́ owó rẹ jọ. tó o bá ti gbọ́ yálà ẹgbẹ̀rún méjìdínlógún lé ní ọgọ́rùn-ún mẹ́fà náírà o lè ra DSTV tuntun fún ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàádínlọ́gọ́rùn-ún náírà.
DSTV Biggie Goals promo ní gbogbo ohun tó o fẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀ eré ìdárayá pẹ̀lú ẹ̀dínwó àrà ọ̀tọ̀. ní báyìí o lè ra HD decoder dish àtowó ìwòran oṣù kan ìpele DSTV compact fún ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́wàádínlọ́gọ́rùn-ún náírà. jẹ́ gbádùn ìkànnì ìwòran tó ju márùndínlógóje lọ pẹ̀lú eré ìdárayá bọ́ọ̀lù àfẹsẹ̀gbá tó kà màmá BB Naija eré oníṣe WWE ìyẹn ìjà ike àgbáyé martial arts ìyẹn eré ìdárayá tìpátìkúùkù àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ yan ọ̀pọ̀ eré ìdárayá bí o bá ṣe fẹ́ lẹ́dínwó pẹ̀lú àǹfààní Biggie Goals promo fún ìgbà díẹ̀ láǹfààní yóò fi wá o kò ní pẹ́ tán. DSTV àkókò rẹ ni.
ẹ ti dúró pẹ́ láti darapọ̀ mọ́ MTN àmọ́ báyìí ilẹ̀kùn ti wà ní ṣíṣí sílẹ̀ gbalasa láti darapọ̀ mọ́ MTN ẹbí yẹn lóòótọ́ débikíbi pẹ̀lú ètò dátà tó fi ní lọ́kàn balẹ̀ jù ní Nàìjíríà ṣáà ti wọ èyíkéyìí nínú àwọn ibùsọ̀ MTN tá a yàn jákèjádò ra SIM MTN tuntun kó o sì jẹun sókè pẹ̀lú owó ìpè àgbọ́játọ́ àti àfikún dátà nígbàkúùgbà tó o bá ra dátà lórí ìpè yẹn lò torí náà yára ṣàṣà kó o lọ gba SIM tiẹ̀ lónìí lọ sí mtnonline.com/sim láti mọ ìsọ̀ tó súnmọ́ jù tó ń ta SIM wa.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
32 FM
94.9.
All right, welcome back. We're still taking stories from the news this morning, newspapers actually. Now we want to talk about Sunday Igboho. Dr. Odedokun, as a lawyer, what are the laws surrounding extradition of a political fugitive, so to speak, as Sunday Igboho?
Well, it depends. That's a difficult question to handle because it depends on the country you're talking about. If you're talking about the laws in the Republic of Benin or Nigeria, they're two different laws, from that point of view. But what is quite clear is that most countries have laws where if somebody is going to be extradited, you have to make an application. There has to be a formal hearing, you understand? Both sides will give an opportunity to be heard, you understand?
And that would take for how long?
No, normally it shouldn't take that long, but it could take weeks. And in some instances, it could take months. It depends on the arguments of the lawyers. It depends on whether there's an appeal process. Many of these countries have appeal processes where you can appeal through. For instance, we had the famous case in England where Pinochet was about to be extradited, you understand? No, rather, he was stopped from leaving the country, you understand? And his case took up to even a year or even more. And we have other instances where, what's his name, Assange is the latest one, Assange. Assange's case took, months, before it was resolved. So sometimes it could take months, it could take weeks from that point of view. I think if Igboho had a very good lawyer, then the key thing will be, are there valid charges that have been preferred against him?
In Nigeria.
And if there are no valid charges, is there a prima facie case against him? Will he get justice if he comes to Nigeria? Will he be treated fairly, from that point of view? And I think the antecedents of the Nigerian government, raiding his home in the middle of the night, carrying out a search on his property without a valid search warrant and such like, does not give much hope. So I think in any country where there's a fair judicial system, it's unlikely that Igboho will be extradited.
But do you think he was actually crying like a baby, as a strong man that we know him to be?
According to his lawyer.
Even if it were true, I don't think his lawyer should be going on the air and giving such information. A lawyer is bound in certain ways, from that point of view. So I'm disappointed that the lawyer went and said he was squealing or crying like a baby. But I find it difficult, you understand, that the man of Igboho's stature would be doing that. Maybe what the lawyer means, maybe what he implies is that he was crying for his rights, you understand, not really crying in the real sense of the word. But be as it may, he is at the mercy now of justice and justice in the Republic of Benin.
What was he actually arrested for in the Republic of Benin?
Well, there are all sorts of rumors, but the evidence that we have in the public domain is that he was picked up because there was a warrant on him.
Does he have a Beninois passport?
There are some rumors they acquired. Excuse me. There are some rumors that he acquired it, but those rumors are unverified. I think he has Nigerian passport. I don't know his connection with the Republic of Benin, other than the Republic of Benin is our neighbor.
And of course, I think what his lawyer is trying to do, according to the stories we're reading in dailies, it seems what his lawyer is trying to do, or maybe what he's trying to do, is to continually put this case and this particular name in people's faces so that you don't forget. You keep clamoring, you keep talking about him, you get people to not forget that this guy is still in the custody of the federal government.
Yes, I think that's what they're doing. They're also internationalizing it. They're trying to get Germany involved. They're trying to get the whole issue of political asylum. Or they're also claiming that Igbo is a political prisoner. It's not just, you see, the rules that apply to political prisoners are quite different from those that apply to common criminals. We're not talking about Osh Poppy here, you understand? We're talking about a man of political clout in the sense that he's an agitator for the rights of a particular people. And so the way he's treated and the way that he's dealt with will be different from the way that you would deal with, as I said before, a common criminal.
All right, let's read some comments that we have on social media. On Facebook, Okediran Babatunde, those ghost workers discovered and their collaborators in the government ministries should be traced and brought to book. At least the money is going to certain amount or account.
That's a comment on the Oyo State.
Ghost workers that were discovered. Yeah, and Kazim, Master Adeolu, kudos, thank you very much. And also from Okedira, the insecurity, let the states wake up to their responsibilities and not put the blames on the federal government alone. The state government should equally secure the masses. Why can't the government address forcefully those terrorists to decimate them? The energy put to arrest Igbo Kanu should be diverted to these terrorists, or the self-appointed negotiator be invited by DSS. Let's see who's on the line. Hello. Okay. More comments from Facebook. Prince Sikiru Giwa, I don't think the National Assembly members know the reason why they are in that hollow chambers. If not, Nigerians don't need stories about those who made us lose billions of naira in the office of the Accountant General of the Federation. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. We can hear you. Good morning, sir.
Alaji, the line is sounding muffled. Please, you have to call back.
I hope you got that. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dele and Jenny.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Olo Ejadokun. This is Amubasha.
Good morning.
Please, I want to ask a question. We are fed up. For how long are we going to stop all this maladministration and insecurity in this country? We are fed up. Today, insecurity. Tomorrow, insecurity. We are fed up. And we are fed up. We are tired. Good morning.
Thank you, Amor Basharo.
All right, let's get comments from YouTube. Okay, this one is from Library TV. We have been brainwashed by politicians who use divide and rule propaganda on us by telling us Fulanis are our problems, not them. While we continue to do tribalism, they are packing your money. Also, okay, Omar Basharo, thank you. Dele, God bless you for all your questions this morning, especially on banditry and what is the difference between banditry and terrorism. Let the government come out and differentiate. It's almost the same. Why do you always see tribalism in everything? That's also from Liberty TV. El Zazaki is still in custody. Is he not from the north? He did the same thing Igbo did. Igbo and Kanu did. Why are we spreading hate and division there or here? El Zazaki, Igbo, Kanu, Doctor.
No, El Zazaki's case is completely different. You understand? El Zazaki belongs to the Shiite version of Islamic religion. In fact, some people consider him to be apostate, as the word might be. They are in different situations. El Zazaki is not clamoring. You understand? He's not an agitator. All he's doing is practicing his own version of the religion. You understand? And the overwhelming number of Muslims in this country are Sunnis, which Buhari belongs to. So there are different categories, from that point of view. We are not spreading hate. Our problem today is not El Zaki. Our problem today is Boko Haram. Our problem today is the terrorism that are called bandits. Our problem today are kidnapping. That's what our problem is. And what we are saying is that the government is not paying as much attention to those factors. They're paying more attention to people like, what's his name, Igbo and Kanu. That's what we're saying. That's the premise. So they shouldn't get it wrong. They've got the premise completely wrong.
And he goes further to say the government definition of terrorists all over the world is someone who wants to take over the government through violence or someone who threatens the existence of the state. Bandits don't do that. Is this definition accurate?
No, absolutely not. These so-called bandits, you understand? Well, the definition may be accurate, but these so-called bandits we are talking about are bringing down airplanes, warplanes. These so-called bandits, you understand, are kidnapping emirs, you understand? These so-called bandits, you understand, are kidnapping students, killing them, going toe-to-toe with the government. So what greater threat is there to the governance of Nigeria? What greater threat is there to the integrity of the country?
All right, we opened the studio lines. Of course, we did that earlier. The numbers to call are 0705 5000 949 0809 7000 949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Adeshi Yamola from UI. I want to commend two people. Earlier in your analysis, I heard that Pastor Adeboye issued out 10 warning to the president. That's a good one. People that are discouraging us anytime they will insult us now. Let them go ahead and insult Baba Adeboye. From there, we'll get results. That's number one. Number two, I want to commend those in Yorubas, in Cotonou, for coming out to prevent. God will bless them. I think it's because they are not in Nigeria, beneficiary of N-Power, 25,000 naira. Otherwise, the story would have been different. God will continue to bless them. Let's have the best of today.
Thank you, Adeshi Amolola.
Or actually, the pastor that issued a stern warning to Buhari government is Pastor Adegboye, not Pastor Adeboye. Let's not get it twisted. It's reports on Daily Post newspaper. You can get a copy of that newspaper actually and read. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Dr. Mark.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Mark.
Dr. Jericho, good morning. This is Dr. Mark. Now, I'm seeing a situation where the case of Nigeria will be neglected by the global world. Now, we have a situation on ground staring at us on the face, and we are not dealing with it. As far as I'm concerned, the case of Kanu and this other man is frivolity. What we need to tackle is this insecurity from the north, kidnapping and killing. I don't know what you read this morning shocked me. That over 1,000 killed in Nasarawa. I mean, why can't this administration for once just look for what to do to stop this continuous killing? These people called bandits or whatever name you are giving them have already given Nigeria a bad name all over the world now. Nobody. I have a cousin. He was supposed to be around for his mother's burial. He did not show up at all. He did not show up at all. He said, "Look, you guys just look for what to do and bury Mama." Is this how we're going to continue as a country? Is this how this nation will continue? The economy is bad. There is nothing working, and nobody is giving any attention. So politicians are just after their pocket. House of Assembly is after what they will get. They're already talking about maybe interfering in INEC issues. And we have a lot of problems. Confronting us, nobody's talking about it. I pray that God will deliver this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mark. 0705 5000 949 0809 7000 949. Those who are outside the country are finding it difficult to come back home, and those who are here want to leave.
Yeah. I think there's a one-way direction, the direction south of the country for most of the youths anyway.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Adrian from Ibadan.
All right, please go ahead.
Now, I look at the analysis we have on the YouTube there. Now, my question is that, this one saying what for one fact. Nobody has paid the gesture behind, especially the government of Fulani. That means the guy can explain that one first. Then we will be satisfied. That is capitalism. Simple as ABC. Why should the man say hate speech is for somebody and for nobody? Is then he put a radio in Fulani. He doesn't have money. If that man can explain one to me, I'm satisfied. Because he's share, he has an organization plan for Nigeria. It is that money for that person to today. That is what I want to tell people in Nigeria here. That is just sincere. You should go. It's a number. You should go. You should.
Actually, we can't. Did you pick anything from him? Yeah, exactly. We couldn't get anything from what he was saying, actually. All right, we'll take a break for some messages. When we come back, we continue taking calls.
Ever thought about how movies always have soundtracks to epic moments?
So, tell me, what sounds do you hear when you know you're going to hit that target out of the ceiling? It probably sounds something like this.
Go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it.
Sounds like Dano milk cheering you on, doesn't it? Arla Dano, available in many variants to nourish you every step of the way.
Power oil sachet, 70 naira, only 70 naira. I said power oil sachet now, 70 naira, only 70 naira. Ogbonge cooking oil now, 70 naira. For a healthy family, 70 naira. Ogbonge cooking oil now, 70 naira. Power oil sachet now, 70 naira.
Power oil for a healthy family.
You know as body dey totori you anytime you dey download and watch plenty videos like say tomorrow no dey. Na so one corner of your brain go dey tell you say as e dey sweet you so make you remember say na your pocket go hear am o. My brother, my sister, the truth be say that one na before o. Now wey you buy data wey dey last with shikini money on top MTN, you go jollificate 10GB data for 3,000 naira and 20GB data for 5,000 naira. Plus say dem go come sama you 4GB awoof data for take watch YouTube videos for the data network wey dey reliable. Shikina, just dial *131# for take turn up your ogbonge data for shikini money on top MTN. Terms and conditions dey.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Titan Farms, Titan Rice, Nigeria. Homemade rice with good price. I don't want correct rice. Titan, when no get stone at all. Titan rice, better rice. Titan, you go buy your own. No. Titan rice.
Oh yes, Titan Rice is a non-mushy, non-sticky, and no-stone Nigerian-made rice. Titan Rice is available for nationwide distribution. For inquiry, please call 0906-007-9714 or visit our website via www.titanfarms.org. You can also earn a fortune by investing with Titan Farms today and earn great returns on your investment. Incredible, isn't it? What are you waiting for? Visit our office today at Titan Farms House, opposite Motor Dealers Association car lot, Akala Express, off New Garage, Ibadan. Titan Rice, a product of Titan Farms.
Better rice, Titan, you go buy your own. Titan Rice.
láti gòkè àgùnlà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti ń tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo òǹwáṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé àwọn òǹgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
ǹjẹ́ o tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ń ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní. questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́yìn ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 08168737222.
32 FM
94.9.
Zero 0705 5949 0809 7949. Hello, good morning. All right, another one just crept in. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Dele.
Hello.
Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
This is from Oyo. Dele, we have a good information about Oyo State workers. Why not reading it? You are reading Kafara. Is it concern us? Oyo State concern more than all this. We have fake, what do you call it, workers. You need to read all the thing about Oyo State. Have a nice time.
Well, thank you for calling from Oyo. Yes, 0705 5949 009 7949. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is coming from Oluyole. It seems we Nigerians did not get something. If you see
all these things that they are not, the government, they are not talking about the bandits and the terrorists. It's a plan work. It's really Nigeria that we did not get it. For you to be saying, okay, what is the benefit of Nigeria running express and railway to Niger? Is to get access to what they want to do. Go and check the history. If you check the history, you will understand what is going on. All these things have been planned since the time of Usman Dan Fodio. It's we that other tribes that did not get it. Go and check the history and be looking how they are taking the step one by one. If you see all this, by the time you will notice everything, you will see what will happen. It's we that did not get it. Go and check the history and see the plan from the time of Usman Dan Fodio. That's what they are pursuing. That's why he said he regret that it's not 42 when he get the power. They have a pre-planned something that they are following. Thank you.
Well, I don't know about any plan that anybody's following. All I just know is that this government doesn't seek to have any direction when it comes to guaranteeing our security. And of course, Zamfara is as important as Ibadan. You know, Ibadan is as important as Enugu, and Enugu is as important as Sokoto.
In as much as we are still in the same country.
Absolutely. And it also in as much as we are human beings.
Hello, good morning.
Should have concern.
Hello, good morning.
This is John Olariwaju from Adu. On the issue of Oyo State Ghost Worker, you remember vividly that when Governor Makinde emerged as the governor, he even bring back those that the former governor sacked at that time. And the half of them, he collected them back. And in the interview the government granted, when it was 2 years, he even made mention that among the people that were sacked by the former governor, they also did the same thing that make the former governor sack them. They did the same thing and they sacked them. So on the issue of ghost worker in Oyo State, I think Governor Makinde I know that he's really justified them because he's not a governor that can sack the worker anyhow. No, we have seen the evidence of it. And for the bandits, that was why you saw that the reason why they don't want to name them terrorists is that you see the governor romancing with them. We saw the one imam from the Kaduna going, he romanced with them. But most will name them terrorists like this, they will not be able to romance with them. And then the worst part of it is that look at the way the northern part people were shouting, shouting Baba Buhari when he visited Kano and his own state. What this means that was why the Gaba Sheikh said that, people love Buhari. So name them terrorists. So that these people that say that what is going on, they will know that these people are terrorists and they are bad and they are enemy of this nation. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is already calling from you. You are calling Sunday go agitator. If your definition of agitation is to go to and burn down the property of another Nigeria.
Did somebody get that?
Well, it's saying that do you define agitators as those that commit arson?
It's trying to say,
Yes.
that he has a greater crimes up his sleeves.
Yeah, then let them bring those charges. Let it come to the public domain. I'm not aware of the greater charges, at least in the current day and age. So let them bring it up, but nobody has brought it up yet, officially at least.
Hello, good morning.
I'm John Jacob.
All right.
Thank you, Doctor. Let me commend those who came out to protest the arrest of Sunday in the Republic. And I think the best thing his lawyer could do now is to make it in the Republic that Igbo is likely not to get their hearing if extradited to Nigeria because his residence was outside of the civil security guards of the federal government, while even the federal government commended the officer for the executive rascality of killing his aide and even destroying his property. So if he has a good lawyer who can stand for him, he could even be tried in the Republic if the charge levies against him are equally obtainable there, where he can get his hearing. I am John Njoku. Thank you.
Thank you, John Njoku. Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Doctor, good morning. Dele, good morning. John from Ibadan. Let the government keep protecting the bandits and be chasing those that say that they want to be on their own. If things work well, nobody will agitate. The cause for agitation is because of bad governance. Let them keep protecting the bandits. It will soon come back and be hurting them. Let them not forget that when you are pointing a finger to somebody, 3 fingers are pointing back to you. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. 0809 700949. We can still take 1 or 2 more calls. Good morning, Radio Man. Okay, that's from Otumba Aderiola Ayo. If we believe in the Senate and House of Reps members, we waste our precious time. Let us all start good governance from our individual houses, and this moves to the top ladder of government. God bless Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. My contribution is, if we say the bandits should be profiled as terrorists, don't forget there are bandits, there are hoodlums all over the country. And under that, by terrorism, they will profile them too. So let Boko Haram be under the terrorist thing. Then we should look for solution to the bandits in the country. That's my contribution. My name is Mili.
Thank you. Hoodlums do not shoot down planes. Hoodlums do not have the capacity to be kidnapping hundreds and hundreds of students. So when we say that these bandits, are not bandits in that sense, but they're terrorists, we know what we're talking about. Hoodlums do not capture or kidnap emirs, you understand, and traditional rulers. So these are quite different from the hoodlums disturbing people, the Agberos, and so on and so forth. This is a different category, entirely different category.
Are we still trying to suppress the extent of damage these guys are causing?
I think we are. I think we're in denial. So a few people are in denial. Some people are in denial. They're actually doing more damage now than even Boko Haram is doing in some areas.
Maybe because they've been having a free spree.
You mean because they're unhindered?
Nobody seem to be checking, or not at a scale they should be checked.
Yes, they're not being really checked on that scale because they seem to be able to kidnap anyone they want at will, go into any school, cause mayhem, and all sorts, and then demand a 500 million ransom.
Let me say, in a way, my heart goes out to parents, because as a parent, when one has a child who is kidnapped, you don't know what that child is going through somewhere.
They're asking you for a ransom.
So even if it happens abroad, you feel that same pain. It's not about being tribalistic or no.
The trauma is there. The trauma is for the parent. The trauma is for the children. And let me just say it: when we're talking about moves that are concerned for this country, when we are concerned about what's going on in Zamfara, when we are concerned about what's going on in places like Taraba and so on and so forth, it is because we are not tribalistic. It's because we want Nigeria to be sane, to be safe, and to be a place where we can develop to the best of our capacity and ability.
Thank you, Dr. Jadokun, for being part of the program this morning. My name is Dele Adeyanju. Enjoy your day.
And my name is Bimisola Shoyemi. Coming up next is the Smart Kids Show.
FM 94.9, filling the world